this is for the invader. Invader, send home the invader. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Give them all praises. Give them all praises. Hey ya, 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 hey ya. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Give them all praises. Give them all praises. Invader, this is for the invader. Invader, send home the invader. Invader, this is for the invader. Invader, send home the invader. Invader, this is for the invader. Invader, send home the invader. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Give them all praises. Give them all praises. Hey ya, 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 hey ya.
Fuck black history, ain't no black history. This ain't black history, this ain't that you'll see. They don't know about me, you don't know about me. They gon' know about me, you gon' know about me. See, I am not a slave, I was born to slide, I am not afraid. Hop about the K, oh yeah, free to God, they went out of state. I'm a child of God, I do not belong to the United States. Fuck black history, tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. I went to hell, I mean school, graduated at the top of my class. Still never thought I was over my peers. We did that time together 12 years. Ain't that's a movie, I think that it is. They won't control me, I'm really a member. I traveled that road, I came back with the jewels for 'em. When I pull up, they pee how the roof gone. We some dog killers, won't chew bones. Know we all spit 'em, we supreme. Somewhere I read a nigga had a dream. Did them dirty, they keep playing back that same to us, but it bullshit. If you win the battle, you can tell the story and delete whoever, get whoever glory. Hope you listen closely, this ain't metaphor. This is straight up real and I prepared you for it. MLK was a motherfucking agent. At first he ain't know it, cause really they played him. They showed him the front of the building, they tell him the back was burning. But the secret they gave him, he tried to reveal it. Go back and listen to that I Have a Dream and the speech that he gave on the night before they killed him. He climbed up that mountain and seek the promised land. That boy was a Mason. By writing, they sealed them documents forever. But I know Masons in Atlanta know better. They said he would kill cause of prejudice, yeah, but they lied to you. Here I come with that shovel on, yelling fuck black history. Ain't no black history, so they gon' know about me. You gon' know about me. See, I am not a slave, I was born to slide, I am not afraid. Hop about that K, oh yeah, free the guys, they went out of state. Yeah, I'm a child of God, I do not belong to the United States. Yeah, fuck black history, tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British, man. Quite frankly, you was kings Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners, raised up the children to worship their images, set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them, and this shit get way deeper than your pigment. What if I told you you was born sovereign and all you ever had to do was admit this shit? What if I told you that this was your ancestor land? That mean that they was the immigrants. Wait, I think that someone tried to explain that 100 years later. The Negro was still in exile in his own land. Natural birthright, Malcolm X style. What was Holmes saying? That's the curse, right? Fuck black history, ain't no black history. This ain't black history, this ain't that you'll see. They don't know about me, you don't know about me. They gon' know about me, you gon'.
This whole government that's in play right now was always against you. Always. They called you 3/5 of a human being, making you an alien. Oh no, but the Republicans wanted you in there in order for their numbers to look good so they could still trade with you, still betraying you. See, trade, betray. That's what they were doing. That's what they were doing. So it don't matter, Democrat or Republican, it's two heads of the same snake. It doesn't matter, Democrat or Republican. Already have
cheese on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
Introduced already. I don't want to go in too much about myself. I never did approve of any speaker who uses too many I's. And those are some of the kind of speakers that I usually wind up listening to. I did this, I am this, and I do this for you people. Those kind of statements I never did care too much for. I like to have somebody else to praise another person instead of a person himself speaking of himself all the time. First, I'd like to talk about Indian religion. And since I was one time a student at Bacone College, it sounds like that I have a good college education, but I don't. I went there for a few years and stayed at the Moreau Indian Orphan Home there, and I have never completed the grade school. So my education was limited. And no doubt about it, you will, there's no doubt about it that there will be some mistakes. According to how you have been educated, you will cite some mistakes in my speeches. But you're going to have to overlook that because you're facing an Indian this afternoon. I am a full-blood member of the Muskogee Creek tribe. I grew up speaking my language first, then I began to learn the borrowed language.
So we're going to talk about this Native American erasure, man. We're going to talk about who are the real pretendians. We're going to talk about who are the real pretending indigenous identity frauds. We're going to show you that the so-called Native American, out of their own mouth, aren't American at all. If y'all ready to bang this thing on out, y'all thumb up the video, support the channel. This your brother Aboriginal Power, and y'all already know the vibes. This your brother, the Hood Journalist. Let's go.
I had to really step back and look at my situation for what it was. I had to look at my life like it was a movie. I had to look at all the moving parts. So I could really understand what it was. They say love make you blind. Yeah. I'm introverted. I don't talk to niggas cause I'm constantly serving. I got a trap on top of my bed, I got a murder. Echoes of the block, the streets wanna murder. This shit come with burdens, the streets wanna murder. Streets wanna murder. I told you that this thing of ours will come with burdens. This shit come with burdens. This shit come with burdens. This shit come with burdens. Paint the city red. All the shit I seen replaying in my head. Heard the streets talking, so we called them boys instead. Block wanna murder and they caught wind of the feds. And I pray they would. Thought it was right, but really, niggas was crooked. Playing the 50 with niggas, they cost them a bullet. Ain't wanna do it to him, but I had to pull it. One foot in the streets, one foot in the trap, one hand on the music. I write my wrongs on this microphone, it's therapeutic. I know the streets listen when I talk, I can't abuse it. I can't abuse it. I can't abuse it. Oh no, I can't abuse it. I don't talk to niggas cause I'm constantly serving.
Thousands of Native American children were taken from their families and forced into boarding schools run by the U.S. government. The purpose was to eliminate the hundreds of cultures indigenous to the U.S. The program lasted up until 1969.
While I might have received an education or a white man's education, I lost my own language, my own culture, my traditions.
As I lost my own language, my own culture, my traditions.
Survivors have also talked about the physical and sexual abuse they suffered at these schools.
My lower back was bruised and it hurt to the touch after being hit with the paddle, referred to as the Board of Education. Those bruises healed. The emotional bruises I'm still working on.
There's an ongoing federal investigation into these schools. So far, they have identified over 400 in the U.S. More than 50 of those have burial sites where the remains of children who died there have been found. 500 deaths have been accounted for so far, but investigators expect that number to be in the tens of thousands.
Hey, I need y'all to sit here and cook with me. All this earlier clip with the Native American from the Muskogee Creek Nation speaking is going to make all perfect sense by the time we get into this live stream. We're just slow feeding you. We're going to slow cook. We have an Aboriginal roast tonight, and we're going to be exposing the American Indian pretending for the identity frauds they are. Listen, man, the Cash App information is in the chat. Thumb up the video, support the channel. I know these is the type of live streams y'all be looking for. Shout out to the family that's in the building. Let's get it.
Thousands of Native American children were taken from.
My father working at the Mesa Verde, way out there, Mesa Verde. He put us in boarding school, enrolled us.
In boarding school, where?
Shipwreck right there.
It was like English boarding school?
Yeah, they had a boarding school for boys and girls.
He wanted you to go to school?
Yes.
How did you feel going to school instead of sheep herding?
Well, my mom said she understands English. Then she can read us a book.
Your mom said that?
Yes.
You grew up speaking Navajo though, right?
Yes, and English. And you know what? Always sing church songs.
Always sing church songs? You're a very religious person?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I like. That's how we dance. We move around.
Do the.
We want to be Indians, pretend to be Indians or cowboys.
We did that
because they were cool. The way they moved. We want to be Indians, pretend to be Indians or cowboys.
Over there. We got a lot of relatives in Russia.
So you hear how they talk about how they went to English and American Indian boarding schools. You hear the Indian, they out of her own mouth said she wanted to be just like the Indian. So they pretended to be Indian. Y'all hear this? Let's slow cook some more.
We want to be Indians, pretend to be Indians or cowboys.
We did that
because they were cool. The way they moved. We want to be Indians, pretend to be Indians or cowboys.
Over there. We got a lot of relatives in Russia right now, still to this day.
Just right over that waterway.
When I was a younger kid in the 90s, they would always come by boat.
Yeah.
They would stay for at least 2 weeks or so, just celebrating with us. Right now, I guess it's kind of hard to get out here.
So you guys don't see any boundary really between the countries because those are your people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we actually have like the same clansmen over there as on the island.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is there much of a hierarchy these days?
Can anybody answer this? Why does us Indians, out of all the people in the whole world,
The United States for sure.
United States for sure, can anybody answer why we got to get registered like dogs to prove who we are? Can anybody answer that question? We got to get registered. She's got to get registered. She does. All us Indians. Can anybody?
I want the people to know the truth about the Navajos and what they're trying to do to my people. Even back then, the Navajo nations are friends and allies with American government. And they're not the true Hopi people, native peoples on this continent. They're just a mixture of the Eskimos or the.
They just a mixture. Listen to them.
They came down from the north, the Bering Strait. They came down from the north, the Bering Strait. They came down from the north, the Bering Strait. And they came in, they scavenged off the tribes that were already here. The tribes that were already here. The tribes that were already here.
Scientifically proven that Native Americans come from Siberia. Since the 18th century, ethnographers and archaeologists have been arguing that there are strong cultural and ethnic similarities between Native Americans and the people of Siberia. So what are those similarities? Well, first of all, appearance and clothes. Apparently, Siberians and Native Americans even look alike. distinctive cheekbones, an upright posture, and dusky skin. In the 19th century, famous explorer Fridtjof Nansen called Evenks, the indigenous people of eastern Siberia, the Indians of Siberia. Both Siberians and Native Americans dressed themselves in clothes made of deer skin, which makes sense, with deer the main breeding cattle. But what is striking is how similar the ornaments and types of embroidery used to decorate their clothing was. Next, religion and beliefs. Shamanism, belief in the afterlife, and the power of spirits are prevalent for both cultures. Even skin tambourines are used by both Siberian and Indian shamans. In both cultures, they worship the spirit of fire and believe in the world tree as the main pillar of existence. Low-alcoholic beverages feature in ceremonies, and while the drinks differ, corned beer for Indians and milk vodka for Siberians, the ritual stays the same. All gather in a circle and drink from one cup, passing it on to the next. Both Siberians and Indians used tattoos as spiritual signs. Their houses looked alike too. Teepees and chums were go-to structures for both Siberians and Native Americans. And then the language.
Teepees and trunks was the go-to style, not just something they did while traveling. This was their go-to style.
Tattoos as spiritual signs. Their houses looked alike too. Teepees and chums were go-to structures for both Siberians and Native Americans. And then the language. A connection exists between Siberian and Native American languages. In early 18th century, German naturalist Georg Steller, who traveled to Kamchatka and then to North America, argued that either the people of Kamchatka and North America communicated somehow with each other, or Native Americans are the same people as Kamchadals or are somehow derived from them. After more than a century of speculation, geneticists have proven that Aztecs, Incas, and Iroquois are closely related to the people of Altai, the Siberian region that borders China and Mongolia. Listen to this. Fearless nomadic hunters with strong tribal traditions who believe in the powers of nature and honor spirits of the deceased. This stands true for both Native Siberians and Native Americans. Here's some more evidence for you. In 2008, it was confirmed that the language family of Central Siberia shares a mother tongue with dozens of Native American languages. Researcher Edward Vajda spent several years in Siberia studying the almost forgotten Ket language. His research links the Russian Yenisei.
Hey, man, if y'all still asleep, man, go ahead and wake up. This is your brother, Aboriginal Power. This is the Wake and Bake Show. Go ahead and take this time out to share the live stream, thumb up the video, and support the channel. We'll be right back in just a second. Shout out to the homie Plant Base for the Cash App donation. Shout out to Plant Base. We do appreciate the love and support. Shout out to my sister, None Your Business, for supporting the channel. My brother Aboriginal Power, man. Let's get it. Shout out to everybody in the building. Drop them fire emojis if y'all can hear me. Let's get right back.
Family of extinct languages to the Nadene family of languages spoken by the broad group of present-day Athabascan tribes in the US and Canada. Other evidence is based on genetics and archaeological finds. A skeleton of a 4-year-old boy found in South Siberia in the late 1920s led to a fascinating discovery in 2013. These were the oldest human remains from which DNA was extracted. A genetic study of a 24,000-year-old skeleton housed in the Hermitage State Museum in St. Petersburg showed that the boy's DNA had close genetic ties to the DNA of present-day Native Americans. It shows that they carried up to 38% of the genes of the Altai people. But it's not the first archaeological find that suggests that Native Americans and Siberians are related. Let's go back to the 1960s. Soviet historian Nikolai Dikov had found 15,000-year-old human remains in Kamchatka, a region in Russia's Far East. The tomb was unusual for the region. The skeleton was covered in red ochre, just like in the burial traditions of the North American natives. This had led Dikov to believe that ancestors of Native Americans migrated from Siberia. Also, in 2013, two of the world's leading scientific magazines, Nature and Science, published articles about the analysis of whole genomes in Native Americans and their Siberian cousins. The first study analyzed 48 people from Brazil. The second study analyzed 31 genomes from people in the US and Siberia, and the results from both studies confirmed that the ancestors of Native Americans left Siberia about 20 to 30,000 years ago.
If Y chromosomes all come from Asia and mitochondrial genomes all come from Asia, then the only explanation for where all the rest of the chromosomes come from is Asia. That is a very scientifically valid explanation. It's the only explanation. In excess of 150 tribes have been tested now, and these are scattered all over North and Central and South America, even to Greenland. And from that survey, in excess of 5,500 individuals have been involved and been tested. From those 5,500, 99.4% of Native Americans have a mitochondrial DNA lineage that originated in Asia. There can be no question. 99.4%. The other 0.6% have either a European or an African mitochondrial lineage. A very tiny minority of African and European lineages that they do find.
Native Americans originally descended from a cave in Yunnan, China. Does that mean that the first Americans were Chinese?
Let's run it back. Y'all heard what he just said? Drop them fire emojis. We about to barbecue in this bitch today. I hope y'all got some time, man. It's Friday. It's Friday. We about to turn up a little bit. Go ahead and hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. We're exposing who are the real pretendians, the indigenous identity frauds. Let's go.
European or an African mitochondrial lineage. A very tiny minority of African and European lineages that they do find.
Native Americans originally descended from a cave in Yunnan, China. Does that mean that the first Americans were Chinese?
You could look like a little Inuit boy, specifically from like Alaska. And then it kind of made me think about like the collaborations that we have between Native Americans and Asians. Hey man, I don't give a damn. They could have came straight from Beijing 10 years ago. We came over here, we won. This is our land. I don't care if they came from Indonesia, Borneo. Y'all don't know nothing. We came and we won. We won the game.
Vietnamese were the first Americans.
Yo.
I mean, that's a new theory.
Hey.
A lot of blacks don't know that they are Indians. And
why don't they know?
Well, they've been told that they're. A lot of blacks don't know that they are Indians. And
why don't they know?
Well, they've been told that they're African American and that they came from Africa, but that they're really been here in the United States as Indians.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And they're really just giving false information from the historical point of view.
They're the same people. One just has a political status.
Who's Native American? Just pair up with someone sitting next to you. It's not a trick question, by the way. What'd you say?
I said B.
You said C? Yeah? Did you say B? C?
I said say B.
You'd say B? Okay, well the answer is A, by the way. Which one's of Native American ancestry and which one is of Han Chinese ancestry? Top one is Chinese? Yeah. Dude, killing it. All right, but you're wrong. Siberia is part of Russia, and they're really Siberian. And Russia is a European country, and so you could argue that all those folks are European because they're Russian. Got it? You see how, like, the complexity of this? So, but what are they really? And how are they any different? Their DNA is exactly...
If your ancestors played a part in literally knowing what's going on, what was taken away from us, and the scheme, and how it was called the Indian Land Act, and now it's the Civil Rights Act. Why would I expect you to come on my channel and say, yeah, you're right? I expect you to say, no, we're wrong. We expect you to keep saying we don't know what we're talking about, because you're trying to protect what you guys have been protecting, which is land that was not yours, identity which was not yours. It is what it is. I don't know why y'all keep coming on here saying wrong. We know. We also know that it's a bunch of YT people sitting up there on these tribe lands that's taking over, aren't they? Making all the rules, aren't they? So why would we listen to you? Every time you come on here and say, no, we're wrong, we prove with documentation that no, you're wrong. You know what you're doing. Your ancestors knew what they were doing, and we're not going to stop talking about it. And that's on our ancestors. You're not going to shut us up, so get over it.
The Californians, therefore, he calls Malays. So he's comparing these people with the Malays again. And he continues, and the inhabitants of...
Uh-oh, here goes some of y'all favorite teacher. A fucking Asian himself. Some of y'all favorite teachers is a damn Asian invader. But let's get to it.
With the species, the plant life, and the animals. They classify all the tribes of America, exceeding only the Eskimos who wandered over from Asia as the American race and divided into the American family and the Toltecan family. Toltecan, the son of Issachar. Tol. So again, I just want to emphasize what they just said. It says they classify all the tribes of America, excepting only the Eskimos who wandered over.
Like I said, a lot of these people became a part of these tribes later on. Not initially. Not initially.
During the 17th century, slaves did the majority of the labor, and master-slave relations shaped the general social order. Within years after the Spanish conquest, the bustling port city had some 40,000 residents of diverse origins. A full quarter of this population was enslaved. They were craftspeople, manual laborers, and servants who upheld their master's social structure. By the 1620s, the city had 8,000 indigenous slaves and 2,000 foreign slaves, in addition to an untold number of Muslim slaves. The whole of the city was a slave market, supplying labor to Spanish colonists and indigenous elites. Slave auctions were held in the plazas found within the city walls, and masters also sold slaves through individual transactions. The unorganized nature of the market makes it nearly impossible to quantify the volume of slaves, but it is clear that Manila was an emporium for slaves. Masters from throughout the Philippines knew to come to the capital to secure chattel property. Now, these slaves were from diverse places, and they were called Chino slaves. And they came from places such as Filipinos, India, Philippines, India, Bengal, Indonesia, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Japan, China, and other places. Now, once in Mexico, all of these people became Chino slaves. Now, here is a backstory of what took place in the Philippines. And what took place in the Philippines also mirrors what took place in America when both empires, the Philippines and America, fell to the Spanish crown. I'm going to read a page from the book Asian Slaves in Colonial Mexico, and it's from page 46. Okay.
I represent a group of concerned citizens who are very upset about this protest you're spearheading, no puns intended.
Who do you represent?
Italians here in New Jersey, good people, family people. And they've asked me to tell you that it's really not in your best interest to go through with this fucking thing.
Well, if you come here to intimidate me, you don't know much about Indian resolve.
Dale, should I call security?
You remember this guy?
Arnaiz Cody, he was an actor in the movies.
Son of Paleface, Sitting Bull. You're a fucking poster boy. Part Cherokee, part Cree. Wasn't even a fucking Indian. Second generation Sicilian from Louisiana named Espira Dakota.
Well, I think you better leave now.
Guy's a total fucking phony. Total fugazi. Even Jay Silverheels knew it. But he kept it quiet. Well, we're not gonna. You keep up your bullshit. We're gonna go wide with this thing.
Knock yourself out.
Take it away.
DNA analysis review with you.
Really?
Yeah, because there's been an update.
Uh-huh.
Mine's been updated. So see, mine is a 50, or it's actually 52.6 Native American.
Yeah.
But then check it out. I'm 16% Mongolian.
It's you from your dad's side.
Well, you'll see. Yeah, so that's my composition. Then you got to go to DNA relatives. And this is where they'll have yours at. So did you think that about me? That I got to be Mongolian or something?
No, I didn't think it'd be that.
So here's yours. It's
Mhm.
51.71% DNA shared. So I have more of your DNA than my dad's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Our ancestry composition.
Mm-hmm.
So here's you and me. So I'm 82.6 Native American and you're 89.2. So, but it says you're 57.2% Native American and you're 16.3% Mongolian.
Oh.
You have the Mongolian ancestry.
The same people that'll look you in your face and tell you that you are African and they the Indian. The same ones that's up under your ancestral tribes like Muskogee, Creek, Cherokee, Lenni Lenape, Powhatan, you name it. These Asian invaders are here. Now, there's multiple waves of Asians. You got some that came around 1000 AD. You got some that came around the 1500s under the Pacific slave trade. And then you got some that came towards the latter days of the 1800s. So we're going to be exposing the true pretendian. Hey, man, if y'all really rocking with your boy Aboriginal Power, let's see the chat flooded with some fire emojis and let's get everybody to share this live stream right quick. All right. We got a lot more to get into. Let's get everybody to share this live stream. And so while we wait on everybody to do that, man, make sure y'all support the channel, man. Cash App information is in the chat. Y'all already know the vibe. Let's get right back to some more of this heat. We'll be right back after this break.
Mongolian, is that with Asian?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
over up in the Himalayan mountains.
Oh.
Then again, I think that's what. So yours would probably go up if it's 13.5, which would make you about 70%, 71%.
Now why you look like that?
Cause you weird, man. This is my you weird. Say bye to this lady, man. You're Asian, right?
You are now cursed.
You weird as hell, man.
I just think like you should have known better, you know?
Oh man, I know better. I know better.
I don't.
Her mom is corroborating today. She keep putting out her ancestral Mongolian Viking sounds. This is absolutely cringe. Now that shit cringe worthy. That nigga. That's how I used to sound when I used to get my ass whooped. You know how you get one of them good ass whoopings? That's what I used to get like when I get one of them good ass whoopings.
I don't know what's wrong with you. You're not getting it. Look at me. You're not getting it, nephew. You gotta sing it like this. With passion.
Ain't no motherfucking passion in that bullshit.
Passion.
No soul at all. No soul.
Like that, like you're crying for the people. You do it.
Everything we've been
somebody said Chino music.
Oh, lie. Yes, Native Americans weren't the original people of this land. We actually took it from black people. We were so good at it that we just wiped out. Yes, Native Americans weren't the original people of this land. We actually took it from black people. We were so good at it that we just wiped out any trace of their language.
Aborigines. We're going Mexican right here saying that Mexicans come from black people. Watch.
Hey, did you know that us Mexicans are the most mixed race of them all? We literally come from blacks, white, and Chinese. How do we all come from all those races? You gotta understand that the first people on this land were blacks, right? And then the whites came, mixed it up with them, and then the Chinese came and mixed it up with them. So a light skin having babies with the Chinese makes us, bro. That's why I feel like I get along with everybody, bro, every race. And there's no point in hating on us, bro, because there's a little bit of you and us, and there's a little bit of us and you. So, and that's why Mexicans come in all shades of colors, bro. You might see someone darker than you, or you might see someone white like Canelo, bro. And you might see someone Asian, but that's really Mexican, bro. We just call them Chino.
What they ain't gonna tell you is that a lot of these people came through the Pacific slave trade. A lot of these people came directly through the Pacific slave trade. They started picking up Asians from various different places since from like 1565 to 1815, bringing them straight to the Americas. It's a full fact.
Native Americans, you know, this famous, infamous problem with metabolizing alcohol, okay, with Native Americans. You know who else has that problem? The Chinese.
They do?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
So it's an Asian issue.
Well, so who stayed in, so you look at who populated North and South America after the, you know, before the land bridge. It's whoever was right at the edge of Asia.
Right.
Then the land bridges. So Asians and North American and the natives of North and South America have more in common with each other because of this than most other pairs of groups you might grab around the world.
The Native Americans are Asians. They were here first according to science. Through migration about 13,000 years ago, Christopher Columbus was trying to find a water route from Europe to Asia. So any of the cargo was intended for Asia. Now, if the East Asians populated the North Americas and South Americas about 13,000 years ago, why would Christopher Columbus war with the same nation it's trading with? This changes the context of certain documentation, organizations,
We're going to debunk that they wasn't even here 13,000 years ago, too.
and acts of Congress. For example, the Albany Congress, the Articles of Confederation and the Perpetual Union, and the now Constitution of the United States. Because you see, American history would technically be Asian history. And everything the United States is founded upon and doing is to perpetuate the culture of the original migration. And to explain it as simply as I possibly can, Christopher Columbus's original expedition was to find a water route from Europe to Asia. That would already mean a trade relationship. Therefore, any quote-unquote accidental discoveries of an area that is populated with the same people that you're trading with doesn't really make any sense. Now, for the Native Americans, meaning the Asians, to give up land to the Europeans would be in the form of a lease. So the United States is leased to Europe by Asia.
See, this is a lot of the play that they try to trick on you. You see what I'm saying? When I be challenging a lot of my American Indian brothers, it ain't just to discourage them. It's to force them to get into their bags to prove the mishaps in history. See, if you can't prove it by someone challenging you, then you ain't gonna be able to prove it in a court of law. This is called steel sharpening steel. If you ain't battle ready or tested, then you don't need to be in the battlefield, aka speaking on behalf of this shit, because you can't even defend it. This is why I have these challenging conversations to my American Indian brothers. It ain't to discourage you, it's to make sure that you are equipped with the proper knowledge. Shout out to everybody that's in the building.
Where they really not come from. Exposed. Do the ancestors of Native Americans not come from Israel, but we know where they in fact came from, and that's from the northern part of East Asia.
The people that we can identify today as Native Americans are the people that we can pull DNA from. Their genetic markers are more closely related to people from Siberia.
The evidence acceptable to most archaeologists and physical anthropologists, both from dental traits and from mitochondrial DNA, is that the origin of people in North, Central, and South America before the coming of the Europeans in 1492 was North Asian.
This is a very large field of study now, where there are dozens of researchers who've worked in over 6 dozen Native American communities, investigating thousands of individuals. And the genetic data from every single one of those studies is telling us the same thing. That is that the people came from, the American Indians came from north part of East Asia.
The DNA data indicate the closest affinities of contemporary Native American populations are with populations in East Asia and Central Asia.
The homeland of Native Americans is East Asia.
The genetic evidence shows that the American Indian came from Asia.
If Y chromosomes all come from Asia and mitochondrial genomes all come from Asia, then the only explanation for where all the rest of the chromosomes come from is Asia. That is a very scientifically valid explanation. It's the only explanation. In excess of 150 tribes have been tested now, and these are scattered all over North and Central and South America, even into Greenland.